Welcome to my live. We're going to curl my hairs with this flat iron. You'll need clips and a brush and a flat iron. You'll want to start with clean, dry hair. I've already put like smoothing and curling serums. I dropped my brush on the floor. I have soft hair and it doesn't hold curls well, so it does help to use serum. Definitely start by detangling, get any tangles out. A brush or a comb is a great way to do that. And then you'll just want to separate your hair into manageable sections so that you can work through it a little at a time. Like that. 1 second. There we go. Just had to go and share this to my Facebook so that anybody over there would know. Excuse me, phone. Should have turned the sound off on it, but it's whatever. Hello, hello. Welcome in. As expected, I cannot see who it is because it doesn't say, so definitely say hi to me. Hi, welcome in. Yo, Keith Woods, how are you today? I'm just getting my hair separated into these sections so that we can curl it. Gotta get my fit ready. Just in case the day offers me something interesting to do, stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready. Welcome in, Yadira. Thanks for coming. Have you curled your hair with a flat iron before? Let me know. I am well, thank you so much for asking. How are you? You just use the link still, Delvin. It'll open it up still vertical, but it does work. Just like, you'll obviously have to go to the link from your PC to open it on the PC. You can try going to my page and looking for it, but I don't know how that works. No, but that's a thing. Oh, thank you so much. I have quite a few of them. Look, that one's a smiley face. I don't know, bro. Use the link, I guess. You'll have to log into Facebook so you can get the link, or potentially send it to yourself in an email, which seems awkward. I don't know. I don't know. I am also not the most technically inclined. We are all learning things every day. The teenagers won't help us. Trifling children. Hello. Yasin, welcome in. Thanks for coming. I do. 2 of them. I didn't have dimples before I got piercings, but now I do, and you can see it on the inside too. I like them. I think they're real cute. Give my face a little something interesting. Thank you so much. Oop, I just was about to clip this piece of hair and dropped it. Dagnabbit. Kaden, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. How are you today? Well, I don't know how to do that. Also, I don't know what the benefit of that would be. I don't know. Thank you so much for Yadira. I appreciate it. So I'm just going to do flat iron curls. I find that the flat iron gives you soft, loose, casual curls. Sometimes I like tight, coily ones, but I feel like for today I've got this like leisure looking get up on, that some soft, leisurely curls would be the right move. And a flat iron is an easy way to do that. And I wouldn't say you're less likely to burn your hand, because it can happen. But anybody can do this. It is definitely beginner friendly. That curl isn't. That's my problem. Bro. Your days are a little good? What would make your days better? Ooh, tell me about your mom's nails. Y'all may not know, but on my main channel, I'm a nail girly. Look what I've got. I did these. Nails are my favorite thing to do in the entire world. They give me so much joy. But these are my vacation nails because I'm not at work. I can wear nails this long. If they're longer, I am dysfunctional. Yes. Christmas nails, exactly. It's perfect. Everybody should be getting their Christmas nails about this time. Thank you. Thank you so much for the compliment. So, here's my flat iron. I got it on Amazon. I get most everything on Amazon. And I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to turn mine up to about 360 degrees. The coarser your hair is, typically the hotter you'll go, but I have fine hair, so I don't need it to be super hot. However, it is good to have it hot so that it will put the curl in, because it's a fast process. How much? I don't know, probably 20 bucks. It wasn't expensive. But you remember as children when we would use a pair of scissors to make a piece of paper or a ribbon curly? It's the same thing with hair. Super convenient. It is. $20 is a very acceptable price for a flat iron. It's still blinking, so I'm waiting for it to finish heating up. Once it does get hot, that'll stop. Oh, and there it did. It just stopped. So not too long of a wait time to get hot. So I'm going to take this section, try to get relatively small sections, but I can't see what I'm doing. So we just hope for the best. So pinch it here, let go of that part, twist so that it's facing away, and then just kind of slowly pull out. The longer your hair is, the more twist you'll want to do, but I have short hair. And then when you let go, there's a curl. Now don't touch it. You got to let that sit because while it's still hot, it's still pliable. So as it sits there and cools, that curl will set in. And then once it's set, you can start to separate them to fluff it up. I also recommend alternating your direction. So some of them you go backwards, some of them you go forwards. That way they don't just tangle together and become one big curl. Natural hair curls grow in alternating directions, so it makes it look more natural as well. I've got a mirror here. There we go. Curl. See how easy that is? What kind of dogs do you have? I love animals. I currently don't have any. Our last cat expired recently, and I'm trying to convert to the animal-free lifestyle. So we are in a period of change. Yes, very easy. This is one of my favorite ways to do curls. I burn myself way less often doing them like this than I do with my curling iron. Let's just twist that one. Delvin, how dare you? I don't want your cats. You can't make me take them. Welcome in, Lorenzo. How are you today? German Shepherd Blue Heelers. Good dogs. Good dogs. Never had a Blue Heeler, but I have had a German Shepherd. They are good old puppers. What's got them going crazy? Did they hear something? Sometimes dogs be tripping. A bird. Yep, that makes sense. Surely does. All right, we are cruising along through these curls. This back section is the hardest section. It gets easier as you go up. There we go. What do you think? Looking good so far? I think so. What time is it? It is 11:30 a.m. I am in Central Time. She who cannot be named is in her bedroom, in her bed, on her phone. You know, teenagers. How old would you guys estimate that I am? I have a 17-year-old daughter. 10:30. Okay, you're off towards them mountains, huh? You are very close, Keith. Very close. I am 38, and my birthday is in January, so I will be 39 in a hot minute. Just mountain home. Yes. I keep my clips on this really raggedy piece of paper that they were on when I got it. It's been through a difficult time, but it's a very effective way to keep them together. Noise. Okay. We are ready for the second section. Now for this section, I can't just let it go. Your favorite? Oh, are you asking me? So fun fact, I have never actually had Chick-fil-A. We do have Chick-fil-A in my city, but we didn't, I don't think, when I was growing up. So it's not something that I became accustomed to. And now I just don't know what all the hype is. So I've never had it. I'm holding this up so I can see behind it to get this hair. There we go. That's cute. Oh, good job. You can probably see my video better if you have glasses on. And they're broken! How'd they get broken? Did you sit on them? That happens. Everybody says it's amazing, but I'm just like, how can it be? Like, I love chicken. Don't get me wrong. It's my favorite meat. But I find fast food chicken is, like, it's good, but it's really hard to find a top tier fast food chicken. They're always so bland. And I don't know if that's a me problem, if I just am more accustomed to more flavor. But also, I don't eat a lot of fried food because it makes me feel yucky. So I would end up going for a grilled option, which is typically less flavorful. I've also never had Panda Express. We do have one of those as well, but we have a million Chinese restaurants. And there's this one that's across the street from my neighborhood. Like, it's super shabby, and it's ran by this old couple. And so the man cooks and the woman works the counter, and they are the sweetest people. Building looks like you're probably going to get tetanus if you go inside, but the food is so good. So that's the one I like to go to. Get you some of that authentic grandma and grandpa Chinese food. That's how I like it. My favorite Mexican restaurant recently closed, and I'm devastated. I love Mexican food, but they don't all have the same thing, and they're not all the same way that I might like it. And so now I have to figure out where I'm going to get my items exactly how I like them, or at least equally delicious, which means I've got to experiment and possibly face disappointment. And I'm like, that's sad. I don't know why they closed either, because it's not like they were unpopular. The line was always long. But it was great because they had a drive-through. And that's a rare find for a Mexican restaurant. Okay. Let's see. As far as chain restaurants, I tell you what, I go to Sonic almost every day, but it's just for the drink. I get a drink there. I don't always eat the food, but do you have a Sonic? And if you go there, what is your favorite thing to get? Applebee's. I love Applebee's. I don't go there very often, but I do like it. Freaking annoying notifications. Get out of here. My favorite thing to get at Applebee's is the bowls. I can't remember what their names are, but there's a chicken one and there's a shrimp one. And they're basically the same thing, except it's either chicken or shrimp. And I don't care which one. I like them both equally because they're both delicious. In this day and age, though, $30 for 2 people is not even a shocking price. You do good to get away with less than that. The stuff on the ads, they do make it look good. Like when they came out with the everything that was pickle flavored, you could not have paid me to get that pickle flavored drink. But I was like, can I get some of that pickle powder on my potatoes? Like, I love pickles. Double my pickles on my burger, actually. You know what I really like? They only have sometimes is those little buffalo chicken bites. They're like little triangles. Those are so good. But they're only sometimes. And when it comes to their chicken, they have the strips and then they have the popcorn chickens. I don't know why, but the strips are significantly better than the popcorn chickens for some reason. So I always go for the strips when I get their chicken. KFC. I do like KFC. I, in fact, got some KFC recently, and they really let me down. I don't know what was going on. Maybe they were having a bad day. Maybe they just gave me the end of a batch. But the chicken was so dry, which was unusual. It was hard to actually eat it. And I was very disappointed. But their biscuits, those are delicious. I will eat KFC biscuits. So I did eat those. And then I like their mashed potatoes and gravy. I don't like the mac and cheese. I don't like restaurant mac and cheese. I don't know what restaurants are thinking even making mac and cheese because they usually do not make good mac and cheese. Yes, I love the popcorn chicken bowls. In fact, sometimes I make them at home because they're not difficult to make. But yeah, that's one of my go-to items. It's got all the things that I like already in it. Oh God, why are you wishing me to choke to death, Delvin? Popeyes is a hilarious restaurant because they act like they're so flavorful and so good. But in fact, they're either flavorless and bland or so spicy that, us softies like me can't handle it. We're over here fighting for our lives eating a chicken sandwich. Making the homemade bowls is great because not only is it easy, but you can have all of the ingredients and the ratios that you like. Like, I want a bunch of chicken on mine. Got it. That's how I do. Got this hand over here on the wall that I keep smacking into. Celsius, yeah. The cherry limeade one is my favorite. It's my favorite flavor of energy drink in general. So I always try and get that flavor if it's available. But boy, do they have a high caffeine content. So this one is 270 milligrams. That's a lot. So for context, the average cup of coffee has about 80 milligrams. So if you're drinking these high caffeine drinks, you're definitely having more than you're supposed to. But I have one every day. So I am not the one to frown upon it. But I do balance it out with protein. So in the morning when I open my energy drink, I also eat a protein bar to keep my body from getting all 2 to 3 monsters a day. Oh, God. I've never had a cherry limeade ghost. Are they 0 calorie though? Because remember now, I'm a 0 calorie, 0 sugar girl. I ain't drinking one of those sugary death concoctions. 2 to 3 monsters a day though. Good Lord. That seems like a lot of caffeine. Sometimes if I'm having a really long day, I might open a second Celsius at the, later part of the day, but even then I feel like I've done too much because then it doesn't wear off by the end of the day and I'm all caffeined up. I got you, Keith. You know what I like though is these chocolate covered espresso beans. Keith, have you had those? You can get them online and sometimes at coffee shops, but they're super good and it's like direct caffeine. So you only need a little handful, like 11 of them is equal to a cup of coffee. What kind of games do you play? I don't think of myself as a gamer. I'm a simmer. So, you know The Sims, of course. That is my genre of game, and so it's more of a subculture. I have a Sims tattoo. Do you want to see it? It's the cow plant. My mom got this for Christmas for me one year. I used to play more video games back in the day. I'm a PC gamer. But I don't have time for it anymore. I've got all these other things going on, so I haven't played a game in a really long time. Which is unfortunate because I did used to enjoy it. In fact, my other YouTube channel, my main channel, before it was a nails channel, it was a gaming channel. But creating gaming content takes a lot of work because you have to record so much footage to chop down. New skate game. I remember playing skate games back when I was a console player with my brother. We used to play those kind of games. And then as an independent, adult gamer, I was more of a story gamer. I liked horror stories. So that's the type of game I would end up playing. I have quite a few series on my other channel from back when it was gaming. Alright, we've got some girls. See how these are kind of longer and looser? It gives you more of a sleek style. Horror games are my favorite. There is one called Silver Chains. It's relatively short. It's a good little story. But there's a monster in the attic at the end of it that took me forever to beat. Forever. It was so frustrating. I was like, am I just not going to finish this game? But finally, I was able to do it just right and beat that thing. I have not personally played the Resident Evil games. I am aware of them. I love the Resident Evil movies. But also, I get stressed out whenever I have to keep my person alive. And some of those games require way too much defense for me. And that's one of the issues. I love to watch them. Like, I am a great co-pilot. I will sit with you and watch you play your games and give you my opinions. But, like, you need to be responsible for their life, because that's too much for me. Well, so the thing about that is, if you have permission to watch them from your parents, you can. Horror movies are my favorite. If I ever get a choice of watching a movie, that's the kind of movie I will choose. I love them. But it helps to remember that it's not real, so that you're not scared. Ah, yes. Well, if they won't let you, then you're going to have to wait until you grow up. But there's a lot of great horror movies out there for you to watch when you do. Yep. I really like the ones that are based on real events, even though it's not. Like, it's not. It's all highly produced. That stuff is nonsense. But I feel like it makes it extra spooky because you think about, well, what if it was real? Like, what if that did happen? And that's the fun part. The Scream franchise is a good franchise. I like it. I remember I was a teenager when the first one came out. My favorites, though, are the Saw movies, you know, with Jigsaw, and the Final Destination franchise. Those are my go-tos. I will marathon those movies. Also, I like all the Texas Chainsaws, but it's a little weird that they're all in different universes and not necessarily related. Like there'll be a group of movies that go together, and then there's another group of movies that go together, but they're not related to each other. So that's kind of strange. But I do watch them all because I like them and because I'm a horror fan. Yes, puzzles. They take people and make them complete those awful challenges to live. I could not survive. I don't have it in me. I can't cut open any of my body parts to retrieve anything. I can't cut off one of my appendages to sacrifice some blood to live. Just take me out. I ain't ready for all that. You might have. They have like 7 of them nowadays. I don't remember. There's a bunch. Might even be more than that across their different titles. But there is a bunch. I gotta separate this into 2 sections because it's a big piece. This section's pretty hard to work on too because you can't see what you're doing. Gotta do it all by feel. Yes, the little puppet doll on the tricycle. That's exactly the one. He's very creepy. I remember when I saw the first one with the guy that's locked in that bathroom, the twist at the end, I was so surprised. I did not expect it. And that's a hard thing to do, but that's how I got hooked. I was like, this is excellent. You don't need somebody to watch them with you to marathon them. But also, you already have an assignment. You have to catch up on the Terrifier. Have you seen the Terrifier, Keith? Yes. Texas Chainsaw is the one with Leatherface. Terrifier is the one with Art the Clown. So he's a black and white clown. You've probably seen him around recently. He is real creepy. Very gory. Yes, my goodness. That's a slasher movie for real. I only recently watched them, and I don't know how I wasn't aware of them before, because my goodness, they're crazy. I think he is a demon. Yes. But it's funny because he trolls them. Man, my iron is hot, but that curl didn't do good at all. I need to do it again. Maybe add a little bit of heat. Maybe my section's too thick. Yes, she is. She is some sort of angel warrior, which is an interesting twist. It only took him like 4 movies to start telling us the backstory of what's going on, how he got the way he got. Because, like, after the first one, the second one, I think it was the second one, like, he comes back to life, and I'm like, well, how? What? Because at that time, we don't know that he's a demon. think I just banged into stuff. I'm going to break this into 2 sections also. Goodness. I've caught that other curl in this one. Hopefully it doesn't make it straighten out. That section's a little bit big too. See, that curl's very loose. Gotta do better. Separate this one also. That one's okay. You can see the steam coming off the top of this iron. Uh-oh, the hairs are slipping out. When they come out of the top like that, they don't get curled. Try to do better. That's kind of a weird one, but it's okay. It'll blend in with its friends. All right, last section. We just have this much, which I have to separate into smaller sections. So for the top and the front, I kind of just curl them all going back so that when it does lay, it kind of makes a smooth top. Sit. Can't see what I'm doing here. Whatever. All right, who's still here? Say hey. I can't see y'all. I just know there's 3. Hey, Seth. Thank you, guys. I wonder who the 3rd person is. They're not talking to us. Oh, they left. I guess they forgot they were in here. That's funny. They don't think I'm interesting. That's fine. Well, I appreciate the 2 of you for hanging out. All right, all right, all right. No problem. I appreciate you coming, though. It was a nice chat. Hope you enjoyed seeing the hair. Definitely subscribe if you're not. I do make short videos. Sometimes I review things. Sometimes I rant. Just, you know, whatever. Definitely. And I do have all the social medias that go along with it, like Instagram and TikTok and stuff. It's all the same thing. Megan makes it. If you're interested. All right. One last curl. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like them. I enjoy making them. It's a fun time. All right. We have all these in here. Let me turn this thing off. Set it to the side so it can start cooling. Just gotta give these top ones a minute to cool so we don't stretch them out. I was on your For You page. Excellent. Good. I'm glad the algorithm told somebody about this. All right. I have rhinestones on this nail. They like to tangle in my hair. So I'm gonna try not to tangle it too much. Oh my God. Look what I forgot. Crap. Let me quickly do this one. I didn't know that was back there before this thing cools down. God, that would have been real stupid. I don't know if that got any curl, but I hope so. And that's pretty much it. That's how you throw some flat iron curls in there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Pull these loose hairs out. Yeah, that's hair. And then I tuck these behind my ears. Stay ready so you ain't gonna get ready. All right. Thanks, Keith. I'll see you later. Have a great day. Delvin, I'm going to skedaddle. I might crack one of these open on Facebook to do my makeup. We'll see. But thanks for coming. I'll see you guys later.